Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Engler Journey podcast. I'm your host, Olivia Vanderford, and today I have the pleasure of being with someone who is clipping away at his entrepreneurial journey, Carson Mau, and it's so nice to have you here today.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I know, and I know you told me that your favorite pillar is passion. Why is that in the Engler program, and where does that come from?
I think passion is so important in the growth of an entrepreneur. I think if you're excited to do something, that it's almost limitless what you can achieve. And so, yeah, I think that growing up, I always was excited to try a lot of new things, and it continued when I started my business. I was excited to grow it and continue along that path.
Yeah, definitely. And could you talk about a little bit where you're from and, your passion for starting a business at a young age?
Yeah, I'd love to. So I'm originally from Sutton, Nebraska. That's where my lawn mowing business is kind of located, where we do much of our work. And I guess really excited to continue growing from that small town and kind of expand outward towards Lincoln or even west.
Yeah, definitely. And so your business is called Prime Lawn Mowing,
That's
right?
correct. It's Prime Lawn Service, yes.
Yeah, and what do you love about mowing? Like, what is your favorite thing about mowing?
I think the easy thing to say why I love mowing is when it's all said and done and the yard's cut, looking back at it and seeing the stripes back and forth, the level cut of the grass. I think that's beautiful. But I also love the connections that I'm able to make with the clients and how satisfied they are with the job that we do. I think that's the most rewarding thing for me individually. My employees might think differently, but for me, that's definitely it.
Yeah, for sure, because you're providing a service for people that a lot of times it just makes their lives easier.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And solving that problem for them. So I know that you're an agricultural education major, right?
That's correct, yes.
Right. So you started this business through FFA. Is that correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I started the business as my supervised agricultural experience. It was 2020, COVID hit, and I was sitting at home and I was bored, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do for my SAE. I had some ideas, but I was an 8th grader when COVID hit, which is crazy that it's been that long ago already. But I was sitting at home and I was bored, and I said, you know what, I want to go outside and do something. And so I asked my mom to make a post on Facebook about if anyone needed their lawn mowed. And I got a couple people that responded, and I went and mowed their yard, and that was my first summer. I had just a few clients that I would go mow for, but that's really how it started. And then, I guess the rest is history.
Yeah. So how was FFA? How was it such a big impact on your life? Were you heavily involved as an officer at your local high school? Or
So FFA was huge for me in the development of my business and just the development of me as a person. Give a lot of credit to FFA, and even going into my profession as an ag teacher, I'll be an advisor for FFA, which just another way to give back to that amazing program. I did hold some offices of leadership. I was the treasurer for 1 year and then the president of the Sutton chapter for 2. And I was involved in some public speaking contests. I really loved LDEs. I competed in some CDs as well. I had a lot of fun with that, and then continued in with the mowing business and competed with that as an entry in the turf grass management proficiency. And then also my senior year, I entered it into the Nebraska the Star Over Nebraska competition. So, and I was fortunate to be successful in those.
Yeah. So do you mow just around your hometown, or can you mow anywhere? How does that work?
So currently I mow about a 20-mile radius of Sutton. I'd like to, in the future, expand that a little bit more broad. But right now we're mowing primarily in Sutton and then in surrounding areas.
Yeah. So now talking about the Engler program, what have been some of your favorite experiences from this program, or your favorite classes, things like that?
In terms of classes, first, Engler 101 was life-changing for me. I know, and I think that's a pretty common consensus around the program, is people are really, really positively impacted by Engler 101. I took the class with Hallie last spring, and I loved everything about it. I loved the opportunities for getting my mind in the right place and making sure that I had what it took. And I thought I did, but that was really the solidifying moment that I can do it. And I think that a lot of people gain that confidence through the class. In terms of some activities within the program that I've been a part of, I competed in the Engler pitch competition last year, which I was fortunate to be successful in that, and used those funds from winning that to continue my academic career, to put me on the right track. But the program has helped me immensely. I think the Engler Fireside should definitely be brought up with the idea of being able to make connections with so many industry professionals who are also entrepreneurs and at one point were in the same shoes as me, and can give really, really valuable advice on how I can grow to where I want to be.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that you are on the recruitment team right now, right? So just starting out in that, what have you enjoyed so far about being on that team?
I absolutely love the recruitment team. Working with 5 other individuals who are talented in their own right, and we introduce high school members or people who are on their collegiate careers who are wanting to join the Engler program or wanted to interested in getting to know a little bit more about what it is. I've had a couple opportunities so far for high school students to come in to the space, and I've gotten to take them on tours and answer questions and really just inform them about what the program is and some of the really amazing things that Engler has to offer.
Yeah, and what are some of those questions that the students ask?
A lot of times they come in and they're very passionate always, and curious, and I think their questions revolve around those two components, that passion and curiosity. They always are eager to learn more about what they can gain from the program and what the insight that they'll be able to take home. And I always tell them that Engler Fireside is something that is invaluable, really. The advice that they're able to be given from the people around entrepreneurship in the state, as well as our wonderful staff who are able to really put them in the right direction and are great mentors for them on their path.
Yeah, and you mentioned mentors. Who have been some of your favorite mentors in the program or just outside of college in general? I
mentioned the Engler staff. All of them have mentored me in more ways than one, in growing my business. Also within the program, my cohort leader in Engler 101 was Sheridan Wilson last spring, and she helped me in numerous ways within entrepreneurship and the Engler program, and as well just kind of continuing to get acclimated into the college life. And then back home, I have several mentors from my high school. I'll use one. His name is Steve Sponberg, and he was my baseball coach. He's a family friend, and I'm very fortunate that I've gotten to grow up looking up to him and the leadership that he's able to provide. And so, those are just a few of the many people. My parents obviously have guided me in the right direction, but there's a ton of people who have helped me get to where I am today.
Yeah, so Sheridan really helped you with starting that, your mowing business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so talking about your mowing business a little more, do you mow mostly in the summertime, right?
Yes.
Or does it depend?
We do most of the mowing in the summer, but it begins about end of March, early April, where we'll do some dethatching work, kind of cleaning out the yards to get them ready for that summer work. Then obviously the summer hits, it's hot, and all of the grass is growing pretty luscious, so we'll get that taken care of. And then in the fall, when the leaves start to come down, we clean those up from our yards as well. Having
a business where you mow mostly in the summertime, kind of the spring, does that kind of help you have more of a flexible schedule with your business?
Absolutely. It keeps everything pretty half and half. And I think in me going into education where you teach in the winter and mow in the summer, I think those will go hand in hand really well, and I'm looking forward to having that opportunity professionally.
Yeah, so what would you say to students that are looking for a flexible type of business? Where should they start?
I think it's really easy I shouldn't say it's easy, but it's beneficial to just start with anything.
Yeah.
But if you're confident enough to set your own your own boundaries and learn the power of yes, but also the power of no. And it's okay to take a moment for yourself and not be so eager to do everything.
Yeah.
I think that's huge, and that was advice that I really take to heart, is the knowledge that my time is valuable, and I love to do all that I can, but sometimes it's okay to not have to do everything.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you love working with young people. You're going into education. You were on the NYC board, right?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. So what was that experience like?
I'm so fortunate to be selected with that group. There's 21 of us. I just started my second year on the council. We do several different youth outreach activities throughout the year. We do school visits where we talk to students about our summer program called NAYI. It's the Nebraska Agricultural Youth Institute. It's a week-long program. In July, high school juniors and seniors come from around the state to learn about professionalism and just career exploration within the ag industry. It's a great opportunity for networking as well, to learn names and faces of industry professionals, as well as potential peers that are going to work alongside them. And then it takes place on East Campus at UNL, so it's a great opportunity to have a week exposure to campus where an ag student is going to spend much of their time. So really glad that I get to be a part of that. Those are 21 amazing individuals that I get to work alongside.
Yeah, I know when I even went too, it was a great experience getting to have that steak dinner.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely,
delicious.
Yes.
I know most people really love that, having that steak dinner, getting all dressed up.
Yeah.
But, having those long-lasting connections in agriculture is so important, for kids that may be coming here, students of UNL, coming in, learning more about agriculture. So
absolutely.
That's a great opportunity that you get to be a leader for so many young people across the state.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So talking about Engler again, what would you say is a song or movie or type of story do you think that relates to the Engler program?
I've spent a lot of time thinking about this, about what might come to mind. And there's a Zac Brown Band song. Zac Brown Band is my favorite musical artist. Love listening to that. And there's a song called Who Knows? And the song is basically about you never know what's going to happen, so you might as well just go. And I think that's a great explanation of what my experience and the experience of many others in Engler has been. You don't know what life's going to throw at you, and if you sit and worry about what life's going to throw at you, you'll never really grow. You'll never gain much. And so if you just take that risk and you just go, then who knows what good can happen. And so I think that's probably the best answer that I could give you for that.
Yeah, and just starting like with your mowing business, just getting started and going. And that brought up another question for me. What was one of your favorite lawns that you ever mowed?
Oh, that's
Do you remember in your hometown
question.
Somewhere?
Yeah, so there's quite a few of them, and my employees will attest to this. There's one. It's just east of Sutton, about a couple miles east of Sutton on the county line, and we have fun with our patterns.
Yes.
And the sunlight hits that one just perfect. And so in the summer, around the 4th of July, we'll make a plaid pattern in the yard, and that one's really fun to. Those patterns are really fun to make.
Oh my gosh! So you're kind of artists. You guys are basically artists, is what you're doing.
I guess you could call it that.
Yeah. So 20 years from now, what will you be most thankful for being in this Engler program and being a part of this community?
That's an amazing question. I think now the biggest thing that I take away every day is the connections that I make. And that's, like I mentioned, with professionals and entrepreneurs around the state, but also the people in the program. And I think 20 years from now, the thing that I will look back as an alumni of the program is the fact that I know that I will still be close with all of the people in the program that I'm close with now. And I think that the connections that I've made up to this point are going to last a lifetime. And so I think that that's definitely going to be a huge component of what I look back on.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you so much for being here today, Carson. I loved hearing more about your story. And if anybody needs someone to mow their lawn or an artist, call Carson. So, yeah, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much, Olivia.